Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and welcome to the Herald Sun Arena here at the Royal Melbourne Show. Hope you're enjoying your day. What a beautiful day it is here in Melbourne for 2018, for the third day of the show jumping in here. We started jump competition on Saturday, and we've been jumping each day. The final class for the Group B competition is about to get underway. And we welcome also all of those watching online to our live stream viewers, wherever you're watching, around the country or around the world. Welcome to the Herald Sun Arena, and you are set for what has been an electrifying section within our show jumping group for 2018. The Group B competition, we've had two classes. Both of these competitions have been won by Tom McDermott and Alpha Activity, the Embrook Stables nomination. Can he get the trifecta and go back to back to back and win all three competitions and be the clear winner of the Part 2 leading horse, which will be presented a little bit later on today? Well, if you haven't seen show jumping before, we can bring you up to speed with how it works. Each horse rider combination come into the arena, two hearts with one desire, one goal. That is to jump around this course and stay on the best possible score of 0. A little bit earlier on, before we went live, we had our riders come out and they walked the course. They looked at the fences, firstly, to see where they needed to go, from fences 1 through to fence number 12. They also worked out the distance between each of those fences. Each rider comes out and they start on the score of 0. That is where they want to try and stay. To stay there, they must jump around this course under the time allowed of 76 seconds and not alter the height or the width of any of the fences. Knock a rail down and we add 4 jumping penalties. We exceed the time allowed, we get 1 time penalty for every 4 seconds or part thereof over the time allowed, the penalties. The winner of the class, it's a jump-off competition. The winner of the class will be the horse rider combination with the least number of penalties in the first round of competition. If we get an equality of faults, we'll go to the jump-off round. And the winner of the class will be the horse rider combination with the least number of penalties and the quickest time in the jump-off round. Well, these riders, they're certainly not here to race camels. They're here to jump show jumpers, and they are going to be putting their best foot forward this afternoon in an attempt to try and win the Group B Championship competition. Our course designer for 2018, welcome here, Mr. Gavin Chester. Gavin, no stranger to the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds. He has been a very successful competitor, the only rider to win 5 World Cup qualifiers in a row when he was competing on Warlord 2. He has also been an Australian Olympian when he rode at the 2000 Olympics on another flood. Gavin Chester nowadays is one of our leading coaches and course designers. Internationally acclaimed, he's an FEI Level 3 international course designer. And Gavin is based at Sale, just outside of Sale. He and his family breeding, producing and training some of the best horses in the country. Our judge today, we have international judge, Mr. Kevin Taranto. Kevin got into the sport when his sons started to ride, and he wanted a job while at the shows. He's made his way up and now regarded as one of our top judges in the country. We also welcome the second of our judging panel, Mr. John Pearce, today, and our official timekeeper, Mr. George Priamus. Show jumping is at the level that it is because of Mr. Brett Hickey and all of the effort that he and all of the horse committee have put into making what it is today a must on the show jumping circuit. The first rider out, and he is now on course. We welcome from Mutterpilla, just outside of the Gold Coast, a diesel mechanic by trade. He had a bit of a issue getting down here, a few truck problems. But Merrick, he is as cool as a cucumber in the most stressful of situations. And he is here once again competing. He is riding Ego Landmark. This combination have had a second placing thus far in the competition. On the second day, he is riding Ego Landmark and Merrick Eubank, combination on course. Well, safely at the last and through the finish, the 3 rails down, 12 jumping penalties, 72 neat, 72.00. 12 jumping penalties at no time. Penalties, time allowed, 76 seconds, 72.00. We now welcome out Amanda Madigan. Amanda is riding Diamond B, Vivian. Well, a couple of rails down plus 4 time penalties, a total of 20 for Amanda Madigan and Diamond B Vivian, 91.77. Well, we now welcome out into the arena the next of our combinations. Katie Laurie has Katie Laurie having had a very successful show so far here at the 2018 Royal Melbourne Show. Sarah Caruso picked up a 4th placing in the Table C with Katie, one of our riders to jump a clear round, and picking up 4th place, just behind Stuart Jenkins. Carissa McCall's nomination. Great to see Carissa watching on from New Zealand. And we hope you're enjoying our live stream. Of course, if you can get here tomorrow for our World Cup qualifier. We'd love to welcome you all to the Herald Sun Arena. It's going to be the pinnacle of show jumping at the Royal Melbourne Show for 2018. Third horse is on course, still looking for that elusive clear round. Katie Laurie, the queen of show jumping from New Zealand, now based here in Australia with her family. Fence left to go. Katie Laurie comes down to the final fence. Check the time. No problem with the time. That's our first clear round. 70.75. 70.75. You can hear the cheer from across the Tasman. Katie Laurie, Sarah Caruso. No jumping penalties. No time penalties. And all clear. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome Russell Dodson. And Russell is riding Dondestein. Of course, looking forward with the Channel 7 Entertainment Precinct here on the ground. New show coming to Channel 7. If you like horses, we need each and every one of you to get online and tell Channel 7. Make sure you're tuned in to the new series launching on the 30th of September, Jump Off. It's all about following the hopes and dreams of this rider, along with David Cameron, Jamie Kermond, Vicky Roycroft and Peter McMahon, as they go in quest to turn a thoroughbred off the track into a star show jumper. One of them will win $100,000. Make sure you tune in to Channel 7. Check your local guides. Kicking off on Channel 7's Spring Carnival Racing.com. Also on 7 Plus. Jump Off coming to a screen near you very soon. One round, 3 nails down, 12 jumping penalties just inside the time allowed. 74.34, 74.34. Russell Johnson and Dundestein, 12 jumping, puts himself into third place with one clear round. We have one horse that is on that best possible score of 0. To force us into a jump off, we need at least one more rider to do just that and jump clear. Is it Tori Stuckey, Finch Farm, Cab Sav? Tori, one of our Victorian riders. Tori and her mum, very successful dressage riders. Tori turns her hand to show jumping. Few riders are multi-discipline. Do it with success. Tori has been able to be a very successful and one of Australia's leading young rider dressage combinations. She comes out here though, changes a total different style. Now comes into the show jumping arena. Finch Farm, Cab Sav, by Charlemagne Ego Z, by David Finch from Finch Farm, and owned and ridden by Tori Stuckey. Oh, we just wanted to make sure she was clear. We called out to the judge, but unfortunately final fence falls to the ground. 71.81, 71.81. 4 jumping penalties at no time. Penalties, a total of 4. Tory Stuckey and Finch Farm, Cab Sav.
Here we are, shining diamonds, burning bridges as we go. And the drums of war are getting louder, a sound you never heard before. Gonna come to your town, gonna find your corner, and we'll soon be knocking.
Well, we welcome out now into the arena the next of our riders, Tom McDermott. He rides Yallambee Studs nomination, nominated by the Hovell family of Yallambee's Finnegan. Sue Hovell, Rory Hovell, and the rest of the team. Based on the Margaret River in Western Australia, one of the premier breeders of sport horses in this country. When you've got good horses, you couple them with good riders, and that's exactly what they've done here. Looking at Yallambee's Finnegan jumping his first ever metre 45 class in August of this year. Jumping out here in the Group B final. Jumping around a 145, 150 class. Just carrying the 4 jumping penalties as he rolls on down to the final fence. Certainly a horse of the future, safely on the last. A nice ride from Tom McDermott and Yallambee's Finnegan. 4 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 4. As we welcome out now, Oaks Cosmo, signed by ASB Conquistador, out of Galaxy, a Jalisco B mare, owned by Madeline Cinderberry, and ridden by Maddie. It's Oaks Cosmo. Cosy as he's not around the stables. Maddie just 17 years of age. She'll be on debut tomorrow afternoon in her first ever World Cup qualifier. Madeline, she has been Australian Junior and Australian Young Rider show jumping champion. She's been a very successful rider. Comes to us from Condobolin in central New South Wales. One fence left to go. Madeline Cinderberry comes down to the final fence. We have a jump off. That is our second clear round of the afternoon. Madeline Cinderberry, Oaks Cosmo joins Katie Laurie and Sarah Caruso. 74.31. We now have a jump off with our second clear round here this afternoon. Welcome out now the next of our riders, Erin Buswell. And Erin is riding Kuro Kuro. Erin, well, she had her 4th placing here in the show, in the 3rd placing. And Kuro Kuro, talented little horse, small in stature, big in heart. This pair have certainly come on to the scene. And She picked up a placing in her first ever World Cup qualifier at Caboolture earlier this year. Travelled down here with Fairview Performance Horses, Dewey and Becky Jenkins, a university student in Queensland. Erin spent time in Singapore, then based with Clive Reed for a number of years before heading to Queensland. One of our young riders still eligible to compete in young rider competitions, opting to step out of young riders into the senior ranks. Looks like it's paying dividend as she comes down to her final fence. Oh, so close yet so far. Draws that rail down. 4 jumping penalties, 70.56, 70.56. 4 jumping penalties. That'll put her into third place as the fastest of our 4 falters. 4 jumping penalties at no time penalties, a total of 4. Well, next out into the arena, another rider out of the Red Leaf Stables, Laura Slowey. And Laura is riding Cobbabella Cashmere. Laura started her riding career in England. She rode a little pony called Kevin. When her family moved to America, Kevin moved with them to America, because they always say the quickest way to a man's wallet is through his daughter's heart. And when they moved to Australia, well, Kevin, he came to Australia as well. Laura has never lost that passion for horses, one of our passionate players in the sport of show jumping. She rides the very talented Cobbabella Cashmere and trains with Talara and Dave from Red Leaf Stables in Sydney. Laura Slowey competed in juniors, now moved into open ranks. Always knocks on the door here at Royal Melbourne Show. Wonderful to have her back here in the Herald Sun Arena in 2018. You little beauty, safely on the last, 74.43, 74.43. Laura Slowey makes it look like an afternoon stroll. What a ride. All clear, no jumping penalties, no time penalties, and our third clear round. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome the next of our riders, catalogue number 1191. This is Kirsty Ansell, and Kirsty is riding at Talara Casico. Great to see Kirsty and Vicky Ansell from the Sunshine Coast making the trip all the way down. Takes about 2.5 days to drive from Queensland to Victoria with a team of horses on. Plenty of logistics for these riders. They come here because the prestige and the prize money is some of the best in the country. Melburnians, you certainly can be proud with what a show you're putting on here. We always say in the sport of show jumping, to get good jumping, you need 3 key ingredients. You need good ground, good footing. If a horse doesn't feel comfortable, it won't jump to its optimum. You need good gear, because if you don't have good gear, the horses again can't jump and show off their flair. And you need good courses. Well, the ground is the best as we've seen here ever at the Royal Melbourne Show in the new arena. The gear, thank you to Melbourne Show Jumping Club, looks amazing. And the courses have been second to none, thanks to our course designer, Mr. Gavin Chester. And let me tell you, I get the privilege of travelling up and down the east coast of Australia, talking about this great sport of show jumping. And it has been an absolute privilege over the first 2.5, nearly 3 days, to present to you some of the most exciting jumping that we have seen to date this year. Kirsty Ansell, Talara Casico, one fence left to go, just carrying the 8 jumping penalties. Safely over the last, stops the clock. 72.97, 72.97. 2 rails down, 8 jumping penalties. No time penalties, a total of 8. Next out into the arena, number 11 in the draw. This is Brooke Dobbin. Brooke is riding Gabrielle MVNZ. I was talking to Brooke last night. I actually wrote a piece for Equestrian Australia earlier today in the prelude to the World Cup. I was saying to Brooke last night, he has probably one of the strongest teams of horses than anyone in Australia at the moment. It's a big part of that is because Brooke and Ange do a sensational job travelling right up and down Australia, right up and down the East Coast, competing in show jumping. And Brooke Dobbin has the wonderful opportunity to have the MVNZ horses. Wendy Kettle, with the Mount View Performance horses from New Zealand, who has entrusted Brooke and Ange with many of these horses. But you can be the best rider in the country. If you don't have a good horse, you're nothing. And vice versa. You can be the best horse in the country, but if you don't have a rider who's going to let you soar like an eagle, then you are never going to reach your full potential. It's very much a combination of horse and rider. We are in for a treat this afternoon. That's our 4th clear round. Still got 18 horses to go in this competition. We already have 4 clear rounds. Brooke Dobbin, Gabrielle MVNZ, no jumping, no time, and all clear. Well, next out into the arena, making his 2nd appearance in this competition, we welcome our Pride's Easy Feed sponsored rider. This is Merrick Eubank. He rides Warrego Landed On. And this is his 2nd appearance in this competition. Well, the 2 rails down, 8 jumping penalties, 79.61, just over the time allowed of 76 seconds. 8 jumping, 1 time, a total of 9. For Merrick Eubank and Warrego landed on.
Let's say it's a boat that we're all in together, that barely stays afloat while we all discuss the weather. How long can we
Well, she was the first of our riders to jump clear here this afternoon. Can she get 2 from 2 and have that perfect score? Horse bred in New Zealand, Esteban NZ MVNZ. And Katie Laurie is the next of our combinations to go.
Let's say it's a bed we all know is on fire. Pharaohs spin our heads, but no one calls out liar. How long can we all go on before we change our ways? How long till the break of dawn? How long till it days? How long till it
Well, Katie Laurie deciding with 2 rails down. Esteban MVNZ has done enough today. And he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. As she retires from the competition. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome Emma Smith. She rides at Yandu, Minneapolis. Yandu, Minneapolis, owned by John Winning. From Yandu Equestrian, ridden by Emma Smith. Yandu, Minneapolis. It's not the most orthodox going horse. In fact, you'd say it's probably the most unorthodox horse on the ground. It has a mind of its own. Oh, 2 rails down, 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties. 1 time penalty, 76.59. Good to check that our judge listens to me. 76.59, 8 jumping, 1 time, a total of 9. Next out into the arena, we welcome the next of our riders. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome the next of our riders, Stuart Jenkins, riding Stuart and David Dobson's nomination of Concord Ego Z. This pair are a relatively new pairing. Concord Ego Z. Been knocking on the door all week long. Jumped a clear round in the table C, but was playing it safe and took it carefully. Just had the one rail down on the first day. Is today his day? Time to shine? Concord Ego Z and Stuart Jenkins. Fence left to go for our Queenslander, Stuart Jenkins. Concord Ego Z safely on the last. That's our fifth clear round. What a ride. Great effort from the man himself, Stuart Jenkins. Concord Ego Z books a spot into the jump-off round. Well, we now have 5 clear rounds. If you have just joined us, Katie Laurie jumped clear along with Madeline Cinderberry, Laura Slowey, Brooke Dobbin, and that man there leaving the arena, Stuart Jenkins. Next out into the arena, we welcome Ali Lamb, and Ali is riding Denison Park Discovery. Still to come, we have Aaron Hadlow, Tom McDermott, James Harvey, Ange Dobbin, Reece Stones, Paul Brent, Stuart Jenkins again, Melissa Blair and Zadora, and Ali Rock, our rider on course at the moment. Ali Lamb with Eagle Rock still all to come. Rider on course though, Denison Park Discovery and Ali Lamb. Well, Ali Lamb deciding that today not the day. She had a little miscommunication at 4, which put her very wrong to fence 5. Denison Park Discovery, self-preserving, said, "Mum, I just can't do it." And she opts to jump fence 1 again, leaving the horse confident rather than having him lose his confidence. She'll be back another day with Denison Park Discovery. In the arena now, we welcome the imported warm blood stallion and local Victorian rider Paul Brent. He rides Fontaine Blue VDL. Horse bred in Europe, imported to Australia. In fact, horses fly all around the world all the time. There are a horse for every hour of the day is carted by IRT. 365 days a year, and the importation centre is right here in Melbourne. They land, they travel in air stables, as this horse did when he came from Europe on a plane. Horses travel very easily, in fact. I wonder how amazing these animals truly are. Paul Brent, Pride's easy feed rider. Doubt, leave one out. He's gone down very strongly to the treble. Our judge, he doesn't judge style, form or presentation, whether the horse jumps it neatly or whether it knocks it down, whether it scrapes over the fence. He only judges whether they knock the fence down, whether they jump it cleanly. Fontaine Blue VDL, Paul Brent, just the one rail down at fence number 9. 4 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 4. And that will rank him in 8th place at this stage. He won't be invited back for the jump off. It's so far 5 clear rounds. Sierra Caruso, Oaks Cosmo, Comabella Cashmere, Gabrielle, MVNZ and Concord Ego Z have all jumped clear. Next out into the arena, we welcome the next of our riders. And this is number 17 in the draw. Number 17 in the draw is Twins Eastern VDL, having had a 8th placing so far and a 5th placing in our 2 competitions. Can he progress another 3 placings today from 5th to go into 1st or 2nd? Aaron Hadlow, the rider on course from New South Wales. He's riding another stallion, imported from the same stud as that previous horse. This is Twins Eastern VDL. .70 the time taken, 71.80. Aaron Hadlow and Twins Eastern VDL. 12 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 12. Well, we've had 2 Group A, Group B section competitions. 2 Group B classes thus far. There has been just one winner, and this is it here. Sired by Animate, bred by Matt Ray at Alpha Performance Horses, Alpha Activity, owned by Embrook Stables. I must say here, He found out the other day, Kevin and Pauline Thomas have certainly been a silent investor in the Embrook Stables team. They are the owner of Alpha Activity. Tom McDermott. Well, where do you start with Tom? Australian junior, young rider and senior show jumping champion. He got the trifecta in the 1 year. The junior and the senior runner-up in the young rider. No mean feat by any rider. Youngest rider ever to start in a World Cup qualifier. He's won the FEI International Rising Star of the Year award. He is one of our best riders in the country. He could get a bar stool to jump around this course. He is that talented. He makes every horse get to its optimum level. One fence left to go. Can he continue his faultless run? Oh no! Oh no! Last fence falls to the ground. 72.11. Show jumping has the tendency to do that to you at times. Unfortunately, Tom has the final fence down. But he gives Alpha Activity a big pat. It's been a super horse all show. And that'll put him into 8th place at this stage of the competition. And out of our top 5 contention for this afternoon on Alpha Activity. Well, we now welcome out into the arena James Harvey. He rides Jez Russell's nomination of Tyrone VDL, another imported from Europe. Tyrone VDL and James Harvey. James, a dentist by trade. Equine pursuits, not human. Equine dentist. It's just like us, our horses need a regular checkup with their teeth to make sure that they are getting the maximum return out of their feed and don't have any issues. James from here in Victoria in the Yarra Valley. Oh, look at that. 70.44 the time taken. No jumping penalties, no time penalties. And our 6th clear round, Tyrone VDL, James Harvey books a spot into the jump-off round. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome Ange Dobbin. And Angela is riding Yarra Valley Jelly Bean. Well, after jumping fence number 8, Ange Dobbin deciding Yarra Valley Jelly Bean done enough today. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day and retires from the competition.
Staring at his fingers, through which his blood runs with his life. And the drums of war are getting louder, a sound you never heard before. Gonna come to your town, gonna find your corner, and we'll soon be knocking on your door. The signs are there, right in front of us.
Well, next out into the arena, we welcome at Talara Colmar. Talara Colmar, an internationally bred stallion, bred by Mark Fraser here in Victoria. By Oliver and Des Stones, ridden by Reese Stones. Reese and Jess from J&R Equestrian. With our leading equestrian riders, Reese travels in the show riding arena as well these days, can be seen in a gentleman rider class, and in the open show hunter and open hack classes, J&R Equestrian. In my biased opinion, the best show horse producers in Australia, their horses always look sensational. Part of that is because they choose to feed Pride's Easy Feed. Well, so for the last, just the one rail down at 10A. Unfortunate there, 4 jumping penalties. And that will rank him into 8th place, 71.20, 4 jumping penalties. No time penalties, a total of 4 for Jess and Reese's at Talara Colmar, with Reese Stones in the saddle. Well, next out into the arena, we'll welcome Cavalli Park Aliyah. Finished in 5th place here on the first day of competition. Just out of the placings on the second day to finish in 8th place. Paul Brent has been very consistent. Competitor here at the Royal Melbourne Show for a number of years that I've been here. This would have to be my 5th or 6th consecutive year of Royal Melbourne Show. We've watched it grow from strength to strength. Very lucky to have riders like Paul Brent who have supported us each and every year that the program comes out. You always know that Paul will have a team of horses here. Paul Brent, one of our Victorian riders, now on course here in the Herald Sun main arena. 12 jumping penalties, 5 time penalties, a total of 17, 95, 3-1. The time taken for Paul Brent, Cavalli Park, Aliyah. Next out into the arena, we welcome Stuart Jenkins, number 26 in the draw. And Stuart is riding Blackall Park, Penny Lane, number 26 in the draw. Stuart Jenkins and Blackall Park, Penny Lane. (71.17) the time taken, palindromic number 71.17. No jumping penalties, no time penalties. It's good either way you look at it. And he books a spot into the jump-off round. Well, second horse out into the arena. We welcome the next of our riders. This is Brooke Dobbin riding Gina MVNZ. That's another clear round. That's right. That's another clear round. 8 so far. Brooke Dobbin, Gina MVNZ. No jumping penalties. No time penalties. And our 8th clear round. Well, we welcome out now into the arena Melissa Blair. She is riding Zadora. Of our combinations to go. Melissa going to be on debut tomorrow. The World Cup debutante. Trotted up today, the horse looked sensational. Zadora, very talented man. Imported to Australia from Europe. Purchased through Sana Bloodstock at Stall Tops and winner Alexander. And Melissa former Australian amateur show jumping champion, now very much one of our professional riders. Wonderful to have Mel here competing for her first time at the Royal Melbourne Show. Great to see George Sanna. A break of about 15 years since George has been here. He's back and he has been super impressed with what we've seen here this week. Melissa Blair, if you don't want that horse, can I please have it? What a superstar, what a ride. Safely on the last, 9th clear round, 70.77. No jumping penalties, no time penalties. Pick a number because I think that is one of our coolest horses in the country to date. Well, we welcome out now the next of our riders. Final horse to go. This is Ali Lamb, and Ali is riding Eagle Rock. Well, today not the day for Ali Lamb and Eagle Rock, and our third competitor to retire here this afternoon. That concludes the first round of competition. Well, don't go anywhere. If you're here at the Herald Sun Arena, you've got about 5 to 6 minutes. Jump up into the Woolworths Fresh Food Pavilion, grab yourself some delicious food and come back, because the energy is only going to go up as we go into the jump-off round. If you're at home, fix your computer, fix your TV onto the live stream and stick with us. We have 9 clear rounds. Katie Laurie, Sarah Caruso, Madeline Cinderberry, Oaks Cosmo, Laura Slowey, and Copperbella Cashmere, Brooke Dobbin with Gabrielle MVNZ, James Harvey with Tyrone VDL, Stuart Jenkins, Concord Ego Z, Stuart Jenkins with Blackall Park Penny Lane, Brooke Dobbin again with Gina MVNZ, and Zadora and Melissa Blair. They're our 9 clear rounds. 2 riders have 2 horses each, Brooke Dobbin and Stuart Jenkins. Who is going to win the Group B jumping competition? Is it going to be one of the young guns? Which name we're going to choose? It's anyone's guess. We look forward to presenting it all here in about 5 to 10 minutes' time.
discuss the weather. How long can we all go on before we change our ways? How long till the break of dawn? How long till it days? How long till it days? Let's say it's a bed we all know is on fire. Pharaohs spin our heads, but no one calls out liar. How long can we all go on before we change our ways? How long till the break of dawn? How long till it days? How long till it days? How long can it all go on before we change our ways? How long till the break of dawn? How long till it days? How long till the break of dawn? How long till it days? How long till it days? How long till it days?
California, it's good to be back again. But I feel I must warn you, we didn't.
Well, welcome down to the Herald Sun Arena, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Gavin Chester, our international course designer. He's the man that designs the courses here that these horses jumps, designs the fences, builds them to whatever height he thinks he needs for the horses he has in the class. Gavin, this Group B class, a very, very good field of horses, the up-and-coming horses that we'll see in the World Cups over the coming years, but fantastic event, and you've got a few in your jump-off.
Absolutely, Brett. Yeah, no, it's been terrific. And I think it'd be fair to say that for the general public out there watching, that some of these horses that'll be in this jump-off in this event, I would be game to say are likely to be Olympic Games contenders in the future. That's the kind of class we have.
And Gavin, you've actually won classes here at Melbourne Royal. You represented Australia at Olympic Games and World Cup finals in show jumping. Now you're a course builder. You've taken that next step in your life to become one of our best course builders. This course, this fence behind us here, it's standing at 1.52 metre. We just put the tape on it. A lot of fences in World Cups are around that height.
Absolutely, yeah. Just so people can put it in perspective, this group of horses is meant to be one notch down from our top horses, but in fact this last fence in this jump off is 1.52 metre, and you'll find that there are a lot of World Cup qualifiers around the world that are only 1.50 metre, so that gives you some idea of what we're dealing with.
And the first time you're building here at Melbourne Royal, Gavin, the surface, the gear's always great. We know Melbourne Show Jumping Club have update their gear a lot, and it's fantastic gear, but with the surface and the horse you got, the jumping's just been incredible, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and that's why we've got to the stage we have in this class, Brett. I started a little bit smaller at the start of the show. The horses have been jumping absolutely brilliantly off this turf, and that makes a big difference. So I've been able to build up to this now.
And the young horses in the class, we've got young riders competing at the show. The standard all the way through from the very young horses and young kids to this class. We're going to see a few of the older competitors, not older as in they're nearly past it, but older competitors, 30, 40 and 45, 50-year-old riders.
Yeah, no, I think we've actually, we've got a pretty good mix in this jump off of the young and the little bit older, more experienced. Just while I've got the opportunity, Brad, I'd also like to just make mention I've been really pleased with the crowds at the show this year. Every time I've had a look around when we've had big classes on, there's a lot of people there, and that's also helping. That's great.
Well, thanks, Gavin. Fantastic event. We love the crowd. The Melbourne crowds are the best crowds in the world, and hopefully we're trying to bring show jumping to you in a way you can understand. But if you look at us now, we'll just stand beside this jump here. I'm 6 foot tall, Gav's about the same. This is up at my shoulders, so you think a person can't jump that high, but a horse has got to go around, and they're not built to jump, ideally, but they've got to carry a person my size around and jump over these fences. So, Gav, you're doing a great job here at Melbourne Royal. We love having you. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Dreven will be back up in the commentary box, and we'll bring you the second round of the Group B jumping contest very shortly.
Thank you very much, Brett. Thank you to Gavin Chester. We have been so privileged to have Gavin here building this weekend. Well, if you have just joined us, welcome to the Herald Sun Arena. We are just moments away from the jump-off round. The jump-off course, we go fences 3, 4, 5C, 6, 7, 10A, 10B, 11 and 12. The winner of the class will be the horse rider combination with the least number of penalties and the quickest time in the jump-off round. 9 horses, 5 placings. 45% of the class are going to miss out. Who is going to get home to win the bacon here this afternoon? Well, we welcome out into the arena Katie Laurie, Sarah Caruso. She's got to set the benchmark over this shortened course. Time allowed 55 seconds, but that's not what we're talking about. To win the class, they've not only now got to jump clear, they've got to jump quick. They've got to put the foot down. They've got to go. These riders, as the Honey Badger would say, they'd be more nervous than a turkey on Christmas Eve. They've really got to throw it all out, have their best shot here this afternoon. Katie Laurie. Nerves of steel. She picks up the 4 jumping penalties for the rail down. These riders are going to ask questions that on a day-to-day basis they wouldn't normally do. As Brett said, that fence is standing at 1.50 meters in height. Katie Laurie, 1 fence left to go, just carrying the 4 jumping penalties. She comes down to the final fence. Hey, Melbourne, give her a round of applause. Safely over the last. 46.08 the time taken, 46.08. Just the 1 rail down, 4 jumping penalties at no time penalties, a total of 4. That sets the benchmark, 46.08 and 4. So now Madeline Cinderberry, if she can jump around this course clear, under the time allowed, and she'll automatically go into the lead. Rail down, she must be quicker than 46.08. She's only 17 years of age.
Going away, get you back, check the tag.
Madeline Cinderberry, Oaks Cosmo. Will be on debut tomorrow afternoon in the World Cup qualifier. We're not worried about that now, though. We're here. Try and put a clear round on the board. Madeline Cinderberry carrying the 4 jumping penalties. She rolls on down to the last fence. Just 17 years of age. Put your hands together. A great effort from the young gun. 57.18. 4 jumping penalties, 3 time penalties, a total of 7 for Madeline Cinderberry and Oaks Cosmo. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome Laura Slowey. And Laura is riding Cobabella Cashmere. Just getting her reins caught on her stirrup there. Show the composure that this young lady certainly does have. All clear at this stage. A double clear round will automatically put her into the lead. Comes down to the final fence. We've got a new leader in the competition. 46.36. More importantly, no jumping penalties in the first round. No jumping penalties in the jump off. There's your leader. She's raised the bar in the jump off here this afternoon. 46.36. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome Brooke Dobbin, and he is riding Gabrielle MVNZ. So Laura Slowey set the benchmark, 46.36. That's the time to beat. Even if his time's quicker now, Stewie can't take the lead. Brooke can't take the lead. Two gentlemen both riding grey horses. The 8 jumping penalties make it 12 now 46.87, 46.87. 12 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 12, putting him into 4th place. This stage, we welcome out now Stuart Jenkins. Stuart riding Concord, Ego Z. Concord, Ego Z, Stuart Jenkins approach the start line. Stuart's got 2 rides in this competition. So play it safe, clear round on the board. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Sitting here on the sideline. Hey Stewie, just go and jump clear. Don't worry about the fences. They're only standing at about 1.50 m in height. You're riding a horse that weighs about 500, maybe 600 kgs. And jumping rails that are about 12 kilos in weight. All clear as he comes down to the final fence. Stuart Jenkins safely over the last, puts him into 2nd place, 52.94. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and all clear to be into 2nd place. 52.94, and good enough for 2nd. James Harvey, not mucking around, heard the bell, straight onto the course. Tyrone VDL, time to beat, 46.36. That's the inside turn. It's on the clock. All he needs to do is keep rolling to the final 2 fences. Needs to jump them clear. He'll take the lead. Can he get there? Comes down to the final fence. Tyrone VDL, James Harvey, safely over the last. I thought he'd done enough, but he's not quite there. 2nd place, 47.87. James Harvey by 1.4 seconds goes into 2nd place. Laura Slowey deceivingly quick. 46.36. The New South Welshman holds on to the lead. Just in front of the Victorian and the Queenslander sitting in 3rd place.
When the day is dark as night and the drums of war are getting louder, a sound you never heard before.
Well, we'll just have a slight hold here while we wait for the next of our riders to go. So check the leaderboard again. Laura Slowey, Copperbella Cashmere, 46.36. She's put the runs on the board. She's sitting out the back. She's got a grin the size of the Harbour Bridge from ear to ear. James Harvey and that Tyrone VDL sitting in 2nd place. Stuart Jenkins, Concord Ego Z currently in 3rd. Katie Laurie She's got the fastest time on the board, 46.08, but she had that one rail down. She's sitting in 4th place with Madeline Cinderberry. 4 and 3, a total of 7, sitting in 5th place. We are just waiting for our last 2 riders, both with a second horse. And then Melissa Blair will be final rider to go on Zadora. So the draw is done at random in the first round of competition. We use the draw in the second round. We had 29 starters in the first round. So when we did the draw, you end up with riders with multiple horses very close together. In the first round, they must have a minimum of 5 horses between each of their rides. In the jump-off, though, doesn't always happen. So this afternoon, we can see our riders, if you look to the left, going through their warm-up procedure. They'll have their ring crew there. They'll be making minor adjustments. They'll jump small fences, building the horse's confidence up. Once they're happy, they'll then make their way up. Normally their team just do a last gear check, make sure that everything is right. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome Brooke Dobbin, third last competitor to go, riding Gina MVNZ. Oh, Brooke Dobbin, he got the turn, but he didn't quite get it. He asked the question. Laura Slowey had put the pressure on. He came inside. He committed to the inside turn. And he picks up 4 jumping penalties for the rail down and 4 jumping penalties for the disobedience. The clock is stopped. 6 seconds added to the score. Well, safely over the last 8 jumping penalties, 2 time penalties, a total of 10. 56.86, 56.86, with a total of 10 for Brooke Dobbin and Gina MVNZ. Second last rider to go, we now welcome out Robbie and Sarah Allen's nomination. With Robbie and Sarah top riders, Robbie won more classes here at the Royal Melbourne Show than many riders dream of starting in. Victorian through and through. Till their daughter moved to Queensland and they sold up down here at Arthur's Creek and moved to Queensland, although we still see Robbie down here in Victoria as a coach and farrier on a regular occurrence. And very good friends with those at the airlines, flying backwards and forwards. Blackall Park, Penny Lane, owned by Blackall Park stud Dennis Crane at Stratford in the East Gippsland, ridden normally by Becky Jenkins. Well, Becky had Stewie and Becky's second child, a son Corey. He's just 4 weeks old and already here at the Melbourne Show. Stewie has stolen the ride. I think he's going to have to fight hard to get this horse back. Stewie has done a super job with it. It's had 2 third placings here at this show thus far. To beat 46.36. Stewie goes for the inside turn. 2 fences left to go. 46.36. Has he done enough on the clock? Catch the triple bar on the rolling stride. He rolls on down to the last. No, he takes a little check. He holds to the last. Oh, no. The last fence falls to the ground. 47.77. You could see Stewie hit the triple bar on that really open distance, but he wanted to wait to the vertical. It didn't quite pay dividend. He gives up Blackall Park, Penny Lane, a big pat on the neck. That will put him into 5th place at this stage of the competition. 5th place, just behind Katie Laurie, Sarah Caruso. We welcome out now, final horse into the arena, Melissa Blair and Zadora. Pretty simple, Mel. Jump clear, quicker than time, 46.36. The time has been beaten. Can it be beaten clearly? Can Melissa Blair win the third of the Group B classes, riding Zadora?
Here I am again, outside your door. My heart in my hands. Here I am again, like with nothing on. Putting up no defense or false pretense, 'cause it's the last thing I'll ever do. I'm gonna get through to you, but how to do it I wish I knew. Still, I'm gonna get through to you.
Well, carrying the 4 jumping penalties, for further 4 at the last, 8 jumping penalties, 54.86, 54.86. 2 rails down, 8 jumping penalties, 7th place for Melissa Blair and Zadora. Well, that concludes the Group B jumping competition. Congratulations to the winner, Laura Slowey, Cobbabella Cashmere. What a day it's been for Redleaf students. Laura wins. Boy, there'll be a party tonight between her and Izzy. There'll be no stopping them. Cobbabella Cashmere takes the win. Second place, congratulations to James Harvey, Tyrone VDL. Stuart Jenkins, Concord Ego Z finishes in 3rd. Katie Laurie, Sarah Caruso picks up 4th place. And Stuart Jenkins, Blackall Park, Penny Lane edges 1 point closer to our current leading Group B horse, Tom McDermott and Alpha Activity. Tom sitting on 10 points in the overall championship. Stewie now moves to 7. Less than a couple of placings, the difference between the two of them coming into the mini pre final tomorrow. Results official presentation due to come in just a couple of minutes' time.
It's the last thing I'll ever do. I'm gonna get through to you. wish I knew. Still, I'm gonna get through to you. To you. To you. To you.
Well, once again, the show jumping has not disappointed here in the Herald Sun Arena. Take us through the presentation. We now cross down to our MC coordinator of show jumping, Mr. Brett Hickey.
Thank you, Tim, and welcome to everyone to the Herald Sun Arena for the presentation of the Group B jumping contest. Please welcome our international judge, Mr. Kevin Taranto, to come and do the presentation. In first place today, please give her a big round of applause, Laura Slowey and Copabella Kashmir. Laura, only 17 years of age, out of the Dave and Talara Cameron School of Riding in New South Wales. In second place, the local boy, James Harvey, riding the Desi Russell-owned Tyrone VDL. In third place, Stewie Jenkins and the Western Australian horse, Concord Ego Z, owned by David Dobson, ridden by Stewie Jenkins from Bow Desert in Queensland. Not Bow Desert, sorry, Gatton. In fourth place, from Tamworth in New South Wales, Katie Laurie riding Sierra Caruso. And in fifth place, back up to Stuart Jenkins once again, riding Blackall Park, Penny Lane. You'd have to be pretty happy winning that one, Laura. It was a big class there in the end, that last fence, metre 52 in height. You're not too far off the coach's career, sort of stepping up, going to be better than the coach, I think, soon.
Oh, well, I know I wouldn't be standing here without him and his partner, Talara, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't walk up to that last fence to show it to her. It does look rather big now I'm standing over here. To be standing at this side of this incredible group of riders is absolutely amazing. I couldn't be happy with how my horse jumped. Big thanks going out to Tal and Dave. Another little shout out to the two Izzies that I'm down here at Melbourne Royal with. They helped me out a lot, especially today. And then my horse Cash was absolutely incredible, so couldn't be happier really.
Now, Laura, just quickly, for the people in the crowd that don't know, everyone knows you have coaches in sport. What's a show jumping coach, or what does Dave and Tal do for you when you're at a show like this?
I'd say they're a bit more psychologically coaches for me as well. Like, this is very much a mental game as well. So coming out especially early in a jump off, Dave's like, you know, just go out there and ride your own jump off, and luckily it worked out in my favour today, but they are absolutely incredible.
Is it more the work they do through the week with you than the work on the weekend at the shows? So it's the weeks that are a bit more important during the week?
Oh, absolutely. Like dressage lessons with Talara pretty much make my world go round at this stage. And then every day is where the work goes in. So to come out here and have it all work out is brilliant.
Well, good on you, Laura. Congratulations. A great class to win. Fantastic. We'll see Laura in the Mini Pre or the World Cup tomorrow. Both. Mini Pre. Mini Pre. I'm going to go down the line and have a talk to this fella. I told him yesterday I wouldn't talk to him till he got a blue ribbon, but he's got 2 on. You'd have to be happy with this bloke, mate. Jumped a ripping double clean round. A horse from WA. You haven't been riding him for that long, but it was a pretty tough class and a pretty tough group of horses to run money in.
Yeah, it was, Brett. No, I'm thrilled with the horse. It's actually the second show I've ridden it in, the first jump off I've ever ridden it in, so I wasn't too sure what to do. But no, my horses have jumped fantastic. Big thanks to yourself and the rest of your crew here. It's a sensational show. We love coming here and starting to find some form towards the end of the show because we came in fresh, but it's working out well. Congratulations to all the other riders.
Good on you, mate. Just quickly, the ex-Kiwi, mate, back in Australia, doing pretty well here at Melbourne. If an Olympic Games call-up come up, who are you going to ride for, Kiwis or Aussies now?
I don't know, the Australians are qualified, so I reckon that'd be the way to go.
Oh, now we know why you jumped ship. Congratulations. Fantastic effort. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. One of the future stars of Australian show jumping, Laura Slowey, and the place getters, the winner and place getters of the Group B class.
Good to be back again. But I feel I must warn you, we didn't part as friends. If you remember me, there's no way I could know. But I walk right up, and you open up the door. It's strange, but I could fall in love.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, well done, Laura Slowey. That young lady, sensational effort to win the Group B jumping competition. Well, if you're watching on here in the Herald Sun Arena or on the live stream, thank you so much for being part of the show jumping. We'll be back with the World Cup qualifier at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon for the live stream, but to all our guests around the country, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you here tomorrow in the Herald Sun Arena. And to everyone here at the ground, of course, jumping still continues on. Plenty of action to come this afternoon. Class number 366, the Group C jumping competition. It's a Table C one-round competition. The course is being built now, and we'll have the riders out to walk the course.